new features for your iPhone in iOS 16.3 are available now. iOS 16.3 is here for your iPhone, bringing a few new features, some bug fixes and some tie-ins for Black History Month. Word of iOS 16.3 Feat's release comes from Apple itself. Besides spotlights on curated content in the music, TV, news and podcasts apps, Apple is adding a Unity watch face and iPhone wallpaper that incorporates colors of the Pan-African flag. Users looking for an extra layer of security between their do-wells and their Apple ID data can now add security key authentication thanks to iOS 16.3. Apple announced this opens in new tab. At the same time it revealed the addition of advanced data protection for iCloud, which arrived for US iPhone owners in iOS 16.2. That feature launched for iPhones, iPads and Macs in late January alongside the release of iOS 16.3 and macOS 13.2. Apple had promised to bring global advanced data protection to other parts of the world with a future iOS update, and based on comments from people who've been using the iOS 16.3 beta opens in new tab, that time has come. As before, to enable advanced data protection, launch Settings, tap on your name, followed by iCloud. From there, you can turn on the security feature. iPhone 14 users already have access to emergency SOS via satellite if they need help while in a remote location, but iOS 16.3 is adding two new ways to access it. Call with hold and release replaces the existing call with hold function, letting you access emergency SOS and an alarm after holding down the power button and a volume button. The previous call with hold function required you to use a call slider to make an emergency call, something that wouldn't necessarily be doable depending on your situation. The other new option is call quietly. This lets you make an emergency call without setting off an alarm, in case that wouldn't be useful or could endanger you further. iOS 16.3 release notes detail several fixes coming via this software update. The biggest one involves a bug where horizontal lines would appear on some iPhone 14 Pro Max models as the phones were waking up. Additionally, iOS 16.3 fixes assorted issues involving Siri, CarPlay and the iPhone lock screen. Even though iOS 16 has been around since the fall of 2022, not all the features Apple has promised are live yet. We're still waiting on the launch of a dedicated Apple Music Classical app, though there are reports that the iOS 16.3 release candidate contains code opens in new tab, hinting at such a service. Apple Pay Later, which lets you break up payments through Apple Pay into 4 installments, has yet to launch as well. Perhaps that will be a part of iOS 16.4, which will likely appear in beta form not long after iOS 16.3 Feat's release.